What's up now? We're into game 3 here of this series between Inklin and Walrusnet, the Ultimate Series Solstice Quarterfinals. We are tied 1-1, and that's why we're into game 3. Obviously a single elimination tournament, so this is win or go home for both of these teams at this point. And second game, the Law/Inklin on that formerly Hellborn side, now Legion side, used the Moon Queen to great effect. The guys in Walrusnet got Moon Queen. They basically just did not address the MQ as hard as they needed to, and it turned into a pretty easy victory for MQ. That's what tends to happen. They try to get a Mage Bane to perhaps compete in terms of hard carry, weren't quite able to do so, as MQ just got so built that at the end of the last fight of the game it was basically, oh, well, I'm going to drop all my stuff in this Moon Queen, we're not quite going to kill her, and then she's going to turn around and destroy our entire team, and then we lose to GG. So we'll see if Swagsta does anything about this MQ not banning it out. Keeper of the Forest, first pick here by Znawi, so bans are out. Kraken, Ophelia, Tempest, and Pestilence getting taken out. Similar bans as the previous games. Tempest instead of Keeper of the Forest, I believe, from Znawi, and he will first pick that Keeper, so strong hero, of course, very versatile, both the jungle and suicide option, and does a lot in team fights, does a lot to push, so not a huge surprise that they're valuing that Keeper so highly here. And we'll see what Hellborn choose to respond with that. Moon Queen. Hero is so good. Hellborn are like, we cannot let you have Moon Queen Keeper of the Forest, and they definitely can't. MQ Keeper is like, okay, Keepers is I'm going to lock everybody down, nobody's going anywhere. Moon Queen's like, thanks for that, now I'll kill their entire team. Plus, of course, Nature's Veil, helping to grab a couple of tight spots, and adds pushing power, as both those heroes do very well in that. So strong team fight, strong push, strong carry. Not that much gank, but who cares? Like, that lineup, you're not looking at gank, you're just like, either you're going to fight us and lose, or you're not going to fight us and lose your base. Pick one. So, MQ going on Hellborn now, and we'll see if they can give the Legion side a taste of their own medicine, as no surprise, they don't really want to let those two heroes get a combination, and they don't want to give Moon Queen to Purple Rexar on that Legion side once again. Bubble's going to be the second pick here for Legion, as they're going for the lockdown game here. No, not a lot in terms of carry. The initiation's certainly very, very present. Teamfight is awesome. Decent enough push, but lacking some carry, lacking some burst damage. Bubbles provides some initiation and some gank presence, but not really by himself a strong enough ganker to be considered, okay, yeah, that's a hero I really have to be concerned about. It's more like, oh, well, maybe I'll live and maybe I won't. Most of the time I will, and if I get some team support, I'll probably be alright. Parasite, pretty similar hero in that regard, as they will pick up a jungler here on the Hellborn side. Presumably going to see Keeper in that jungle, as if they don't, it's probably going to be mid Bubbles, but still, of course, some options in terms of the lanes. Hellborn technically have some options. Last game we saw Moon Queen run an aggressive dual lane, so it's not to say that, you know, Moon Queen always has to be running in that short lane, but I would expect her to be in the short lane with Parasite in the jungle, so we'll see if Hellborn choose to go for an aggressive mid, or prefer a babysit support for that MQ up top, as I presume that she will go in that lane. Regardless, Grinix is the third pick over here on the Legion side, so that's going to be their suicide hero. And now I really hope Bubbles is going to be in the mid lane and not a short laner, because A, Bubbles in short lane is bad, stop doing it. B, it's just not a great hero for that with a Keeper in the jungle. Like, it's one thing if you have a Parasite in the jungle and a Bubbles in short lane, like, okay, the burst damage is here, we can basically kill anything that's in this long lane as a suicide. And it's just like, why though? You know? Why, I guess. So we'll see what they choose to do here on the Legion side. Not a lot of carry once again. A semi-carrying Grinix, not really even a carry at all in Bubbles. And they do have burst damage. They do have that, I guess. They're very mobile, hard to kill. Lots of invis, but Hellborn's side, they don't even care. Like, this is going to be a situation where Hellborn's like, okay, you can gank us, but we're not ever going to not be grouped up, because now we've got Rally on top of this, another team fighter, another strong initiator, has some defensive presence as well to help get that Moon Queen in and out of fights, and he'll be obviously up in the front initiating, so you can either address the Rally, then Moon Queen will jump you, or you can ignore him and he'll also help kill your team. So Rally pickup there, Not really a huge fan of it, but I sort of understand what they're going for. They want a frontline tank to deal with the Legion side, something that can survive all the bursts coming out. And Rally certainly fits that bill. Obviously helpful for Moon Queen and Parasite in that regard as well. Second stage bans are coming out here. Engineer, Cersei, and Torturer removed from his now. He has banning out a bunch of strong supports and will first pick that empath. So I'm leaning more and more towards the side of this is going to be a keeper jungle. Corrupted Disciple, Rexhag, and Ravener being taken out by Hellborn, so removing a bunch of carries. And I guess Ravener not even fitting that bill in my opinion, but definitely will no longer have access to that. You see Purple Rex are soft picking that Gemini and the Swift play. There are still plenty of carries on the board here for Legion side. Gemini's available, Soul Stealer's available, Darth Vader's available, Sandwraith's available, Madman's available, Kronos is available, Silur's available. I mean, it's not like this is going to turn into a serious issue. Master of Arms pickup, I like that. That'll help stop some of the initiation from this Legion side. As you'll notice, they have a fair amount of damage that comes out relatively quickly, but it's not like burst damage in the same way that Parasite is, where Parasite shows up and just dumps about 2,000 magic damage on you all at once, and you die because that's how that works. It's Bubbles, you know, he's going to go in there with a Shell Surf Song of the Sea, and then the Kelp Field, and he's going to auto-attack you a few times. Grenix likes to chase you down a little bit with the Rift Stalk and the Shadow Step. Those aren't really heroes that kill you in a second. They kill you in a few seconds, and that's enough time for Master to get his call out, mitigate some of that damage, and hopefully allow his teammates to live. It will be a Swift Blade here on the Legion side, so they're definitely going for a mid-game oriented game. They're going to have to do something to address this Moon Queen, and I think the basic strategy is either we win this in half an hour, or we don't win it, because those are the two options for us. Very, very heavy mid-game presence here. Swiftblade can carry. He's a little further towards the carry end of the semi-carry strat, but certainly not nearly as hard as Moon Queen, not nearly as hard as a lot of other carries still on the board. He's really maybe right in between that semi-carry and carry idea. But he will get strong if he gets built up. The issue is, A, he doesn't farm that well, and B, he just doesn't do that much damage unless he gets a huge amount of items, because he's rather squishy. Obviously, the magic community is very helpful in terms of a lack of magic damage, but if you look at this Hellboard side, they have a lot of physical damage. Rally and Drunken Master are pretty much entirely physical. Moon Queen's bounces and auto attacks are pretty much entirely physical, so it's not really an issue for them of being stuck really by magic damage. It's, okay, we're just going to bring this in, and you're going to die to the physical damage. So we'll see what they choose to do here, but no matter what, should be a pretty solid game. We'll see where Moon Queen lands. I think that's going to be the biggest issue for them is Moon Queen go top with his Master, or are they going to send Master mid, and it looks like she will head top. And I'm going to do some entry here, so looking at this, these two teams, I'm massively favoring the Hellborn side. The push isn't that great for them, but the team fight's pretty strong. They have their own pick-off potential, and I just don't like this Swiftblade pick, to be honest with you. And I'm really afraid about what they're going to do with that, because it doesn't seem to me like it's really going to work out that well. Huge stone. There's not actually a lot of aggression coming out here either. So it's going to be Empath Swiftblade bottom. This is obviously a pretty strong lane, and not run really that often, but it's certainly still quite powerful. Obviously the wall being able to come in and block people off so that they can't get away from the spin. So we see Bubbles coming out here in mid lane. Obviously, with up top, we've got Grenix, and the Suicide Keeper is going to be in the jungle as he's coming out here, and Empath Swift is going to be in the bottom. It looks like Parasite's actually going to go the aggressive jungle here. And they're going to look for something on bot, as Master's Arms is here too. So Parasite looking to put some damage in here onto this empath. Has Infest, of course, level 1, as he normally does when I get that. Master chasing her all the way to the mid lane, and as a result, Drunken Master is going to put a ton of damage onto the Swiftblade. So, going to have the 2 Master lane. And Rally going to be in the mid, all by himself. With, of course, Master Bot and Parasite in the jungle. Sorry, just updating some stuff as I'm going to start to see what I can do to keep track of some of the stats in these games and maybe post them online. So that's going to require me in the beginning of every game to take a couple of minutes, maybe not even that long, maybe a couple of seconds off. This Parasite's getting trapped in the woods here, gets eaten out of there by Drunken, and that, boy, that was a bad turn of phrase. Swifty going to put down the spin, and he will be fine, but he's going to need that to... I literally said Parasite's going to get eaten out by the Drunken Master. That was pretty... Alright. I'm sorry, I really want Sterling Archer to run in my room right now and yell phrasing. So it looks like Keeper is going to be in their jungle on the bot lane, also looking to run a pseudo Shrine here. Parasite's running around and will in fact go to his own jungle now to deal with that. Not really feeling like he can hang out, and probably going to run into more of a bit of a farming role here as Moon Queen and Grinix. You know, Parasite Moon Queen, not really enough to take down this Grinix, I don't think. So Moon Queen should have a solid time up here, but won't be the best. Once again, looking at something else. Anyway, you know, landing phase obviously not that big deal, so as I can take a bit of time to check some other stuff out and fill in some of these fields. So we'll see what this Drunken and Master combination, Drunken Master, Master of Arms, that's going to be really annoying, can do. Up top, Grinix jumping onto this Moon Queen, putting a bunch of harass damage out as MQ's out of mana. But Grinix also pretty low off to the side. Parasite coming here with a Catman Champion. Grinix does not have Rift Stock right here. He's going to take the Stomp and a couple of auto attacks. And this could be, like, if he pops out and puts a Leech down here. Oh god, he doesn't have enough mana. Oh, that's painful. Grinix going to be able to run away with the health pod activating and actually get forced to the lane. So, good jump there by Parasite, trying to get the kill, but it's not quite able to. Not enough mana for that Leech. Bottom rune can be guarded here by Master of Arms. We'll put a goo down, in fact, and be a little helpful, a little hurtful when it comes to that jungle farming for him. Bubbles looking for something else. No rune available though, as Rally already has it as region. This middle lane is going fairly well for Bubbles. 290 gold per minute, 22 and 4 compared to Rally at 13 and 397 GPM on bot. Once again, Drunken Master getting jumped, has to take a health pot off to the side. Swiftblade sitting at 15 and 0, Drunken at 16 and 4, so Drunken doing a little bit better. And helping to force out this thing, but we stagger and a lunge. Oh god, he almost had it, and now Empath is in a lot of trouble. Lunge will be there once he finally gets the positioning. There it is, and that's going to be Bloodlust. As Bashet on that Master of Arms picks it up. Spin going to go down here on the Drunken, and he will drop, as for some reason he thought that was a good idea. One more auto attack is enough to kill the Swiftblade, but he's going to hide in the woods here and will be totally fine. So it ends up being a Bloodlust in favor of Hellborn, but then the turn kill into Drunken Master, and you could say that went in favor of Legion, I think. As Health Bot going to be taken here by Swifty. And they nearly had enough damage to kill that Swiftblade, but not quite enough. A little bit of a miscalculation. Up to the side, gonna jump Empath once again, gets Nature's Veil put onto her, spin going on to Master of Arms, and he's in a lot of trouble, and auto attack will be it. The Empath will get the finish. Now, Swifty getting run down here. Leech will help finish him off, so that ends up being a 1-for-1 in favor of Hellborn, obviously picking up the Farmer in exchange for the support. Meanwhile, off to the side, Lulpix is going to die to the regen. Rally takes the Seismic Slam, and nicely done. So, regen rune obviously gets knocked off there thanks to the damage from Bubbles, but he'll certainly take it. So, things progressing as the laning phase continues. I don't know. I don't really have a lot to say about this right now. I think, I don't know, Legion have a decent enough draft. I'm just super concerned about their late game here. And I hate these teams that keep picking these mid-game oriented lineups and then failing. Like, it seems to happen a fair amount, and I think it's because SG did it with some success earlier on in Hontor. They took a bunch of these lineups that were basically like really mid-game oriented. They were really interested in picking people off. They ran Pebbles all the time. They'd push you really hard, and then they'd win the game in 25 minutes. And I think people are looking at that like, oh, we can do that too. And you certainly can. It's just, it doesn't seem to be working. Bubble's going to drop once again as the Seismic Slam goes off, and one auto attack can be death there. Drunken Master going to take the Swift Slashes there from Swifty, and a lunge away. Is he going to live? Wall? Nope. Wow. He survived with about 10 health. But that's not 0, so he lives. Anyway, I've seen so many mid-game lineups recently, and none of them have worked. Like, they just don't. Really, the only situation where they do end up working is almost not even when the strategy is executed properly. It's when you have a hero like Swiftblade, I guess, or Ravener, or something else that just happens to get like 600 GPM. So they turn, I mean, they're still a semi-carry really, but you know, with that amount of farm, anything can carry. So, or a semi-carry, I guess. Not anything can carry, but a semi-carry doesn't have nearly as many issues farming. As the dust goes out there, and Griddick's going to be a lot of trouble. Takes the face hog and elites. Actually, Fork Lightning misses there. Still going to have quite a few auto attacks. He's going to Rift Stock once again. Compel is available in a couple of seconds, actually. As the Rift Stock continues to go through, Griddick's, you're in a lot of trouble, buddy. And they're going to stop shit. This is taking a lot of resources. 4 heroes are chasing him down. They're like, finally, that's not going to work. Drunken off to the side, trying to get something here. Keeper coming in with the push on bot tower. And I like that. Like, this is what you're supposed to do with this lineup, is you're supposed to jump out of the jungle really early with Keeper and get a push in this tower. 8.5 minutes isn't that early. But Root's going to go down here onto Drunken Master, on top of tower kill. And we're going to see a Shadow Step actually going to be stopped by the ultimate from Griddick's. We'll push Griddick's back into the tower. And he's in some trouble. Stagger will help finish him off, so well played there from Drunken Master. Using the ultimate to prevent a Shadow Step and then turning it into a kill onto Griddick's. Rally off to the side. Kelpfield is available from Bubbles, so he could look to turn this, but won't. Keeper going to bring the dogs in. So, Legion doing the right thing here. And, you know, they're using Keeper to put a ton of pressure on this bottom lane, and once they get this tower, which shouldn't take that long, really, Port coming in, but this isn't going to be enough defense. Drunken Master going to try to do something about this. It's just not going to prevent the push, though. Wall coming out there will help with the spin and the lunge away, but he takes the Essence Link stun, and now he's going to take a bunch of damage. Another port coming in from Moon Queen. Going to put this on to Swiftblade, who obviously does not have the spins anymore. Ultimate coming out there, taking a bunch from the creeps, actually, but they do get the kill on the Swiftblade. Compel off to the side. They don't see Keeper still. Moonbeam there, and this will help finish off Empath. Off to the side, Kelpfield going to be on to Drunken. Will get one auto attack and kill him. Keeper getting jumped on by Parasite, but Bubbles now in some trouble. Kelpfield actually finishes. And they're looking for the Seismic Slam, but it's just going to be the Moonbeam. That's enough. Off to the side, Keeper is going to get away. Griddick's going to help Parasite get backed off, as actually just hold Nature's Veil with the face hug. But Hellborn picking off 3 kills there, and losing just the Drunken. They will get this bot tower denied. But they're forcing rotation from Moon Queen, which is really good. The issue is she got a kill there. A couple of kills? Yeah, she had 2 kills there. So you want to force rotation from Moon Queen, but you don't want to give her kills because now she's at 340 gold per minute, which is the highest farm in the game. And it's really good that they took the towers, and they need to keep doing that. Like, they need to take middle, but that's the thing, is that middle towers, the bot tower is the least valuable here for the Hellborn side. So they can lose those and not feel too upset about it. They don't want to lose mid towers, they don't want to lose top towers, because that's going to open up their jungle and make it a lot harder for Moon Queen to farm. Keeper now going to the back of the base, and I hope that he just ports middle and starts pushing. Because that's the thing that they should do, that's the thing that they need to do to deal with this Moon Queen lineup is, you just push her. You push her into her base, and then she can't farm, and then you can kill her. So Hellborn nonetheless taking a golden experience advantage here. And Keeper did exactly do that. He ported mid, here are the trees, and here's the push. So this is exactly what I like to see. Hellborn are responding to this with at least Rally and Parasite going to be their port in here from Drunken Master. So they're not just going to let him start doing this. They know that they need to stop this pushing. Drunken Master Compel actually misses Grenix, puts the demoralizing roll. Helpfield jumps in onto 2. We'll take the stun into Rally. Ultimate coming out as Parasite's going to put a damage onto Keeper. But obviously he's a tanky ass target. Wall coming out to try to stop this a little bit. And Keeper dogs will be cleaned up. So they're going to stop this mid push. And Moon Queen just solo farming top. I'll go over here. Root going down onto 2. Drunken Master going to take a bunch of damage. He will drop here thanks to the SS Link mostly. Compel going off there. Will help. And that will be the death on Bubbles. So that's a 1-for-1 so far. Keeper dogs get cleaned up. Parasite at the Ballista over here looking for a reinitiation. So that's a 1-for-1 at this point. Drunken Master for Bubbles. About even as they had similar farm. Moon Queen up top will push this top tower in and get a top tower kill. 400 gold per minute. And Keeper has retreated to the jungle. I don't think he should be doing this. Just keep pushing. Just like never stop. Keeper is so tanky early on that he can keep doing this. With the Ring of Sorcery keeping his mana up, he can effectively just sit there, spawn trees over and over and over again, and have them sit on the tower and kill it. Rally is invis off to the side looking for a jump, has Seismic Slam level 2. Could just kill this empath super easily, but Swifty's also here. Let's see what they choose to do. He is pretty low on Swiftblade. He might be able to get the kill out of this. Sort of thinking about what he wants to do. Parasite's coming in off to the side, perhaps for some assistance. And yeah, they're going to jump the Swiftblade. Compel actually misses. Uh-oh. Now he's in some trouble. Rally gets stunned here, takes a bunch of damage from that. Seismic Slam actually helps finish him off. And Rally gets blocked down by the wall, but that's a 1-for-1. They'll take that. Shutting down this carry. Rally loses a legendary streak, but they'll certainly say, okay, well, we'll kill the Swiftblade. Prevent you from taking this at all into the late game. And his Purple Rexar on that Swifty is only at 300 gold per minute. Keeper Dog sitting down here for really no reason. 3 heroes grouped up here for the Legion in the middle lane. And you have to notice, too, the anti-push from Hellborn is not bad. Master Goo plus Drunken Master Stagger and the Rally combo of the Compel and the Demoralizing Roll will kill creep waves really, really fast. Keeper Dogs once again pushing middle. This is good. Glyph goes out. They're going to stop it with a port as well. And it will be Drunken. Parasite off to the side, dropping the Catman Stomp to drop everybody off. Keeper has access to the root, looking for it here. Swiftblade Ultimate also available. Going to drop down this Parasite. He will die immediately. Spins coming out onto Drunken. He's in a lot of trouble. Will also fall. And this mid tower dies. So I like this. Keeper still has the root. Still going to keep spawning trees and pushing down this middle lane. Moon Queen solo farming top. And this is what they need to do. This is exactly what the plan should be against this Moon Queen. We're just going to keep pushing towers. You can solo farm top if you want to, but eventually you're going to start losing your base and you're going to have to address us. Master dropping the Goo there. Obviously going to help with the anti-push. Compel coming in from Rally. Has a Seismic Slam. Does not go off thanks to the root. Ultimate from Moon Queen getting eaten a lot by the creeps, but they will actually lose Rally off to the side. Legion side running away. Tower is extremely low. Will be deniable. Is denied, actually. Essence Link on Moon Queen, and now she's in some trouble. Leech goes out there, but Grenix will get a Shadow Step off, and MQ running away, trying to survive, will not do so. Shell Surf helps finish her off. Drunken Master pushing it, Keeper back in. Dust goes off, and Keeper's going to drop here with one more auto attack. There it is. Wall going to be very difficult to deal with. Essence Link and Spin going to kill Drunken. So 3 hero kills here on the Legion side in exchange for just Keeper plus a tower. a secondary tower, in fact. In 15 minutes into this game, they've taken 4 towers. They're up 10. They're actually down 10 to 11 in hero kills, but they're up in both gold and experience. Keep it up. Keep pushing. So they have the right strat here, and they're executing it well. Moon Queen's still at 378 gold per minute. Now, Swiftblade's shot up to 400 GPM thanks to a bunch of kills he got, but that kill on Moon Queen was pretty big. And Hellborn now have to be a little bit concerned about their MQ strat because Legion know what to do against it. Swifty gonna be solo farming top, and here comes the rest of the Legion side. This is the next lane to go down, and I love it. This is exactly what should be happening. He's picked up an Abyssal Skull. That's obviously gonna help the Keeper Dogs, and himself, of course. There go the trees. Here comes the top tower push. The entire Hellborn Legion team is here. And the question is, are Hellborn going to address this? Obviously not. Tier 1 tower going to fall here. Firebrand picked up by MQ. And you have to look at Hellborn's damage. It is mostly single target. Parasite and Drunken Master are both mostly single target heroes. Rally is technically a team fight hero with the ultimate, but realistically you're not going to get that on more than 2 people at the most. So that's not going to do too much damage in terms of multiple targets. Dogs coming out once again. Going to be a top tower push. Hellborn are responding with a mid tower push. They're on. They will get this. But that's just their second tower kill, and this is going to be their last outer tower. And they're going to keep pushing this, and this is what they should be doing. Keeper Dog's going to be up here in the front, as he does still have root. And they're just going to keep pushing this tower, man. Goo down will help clean up these creeps a little bit, and Legion are going to back off. Probably not a great idea in my opinion. They still have a strong push here. And they could just keep it going. Moon Queen off in the jungle. If they're not going to bring MQ, then you don't back off. I'm not even sure if you back off if they do that. So top tower half dead, and I'd like to see them gear up once again and push. Their ultimates were all up. Yeah, I don't know why they backed off there. Their ultimates were all up. They have Keeper Root. They can use that defensively. They have Nature's Veil. Also defensively. Like, I mean, this is not something that needs to be happening. Ancients don't need to be taken. This is just giving MQ more space. So honestly, this Legion side's playing this exactly right so far. This is exactly how they should be approaching this game. Now, you still have to consider MQ is at 425 gold per minute, so she's now once again overtaken the Swiftblade. And Haystring gonna be killed by him here for some reason, but whatever. So she is overtaking the Swiftblade once again, and she is becoming a problem. The rest of the Hellborn team, though, nothing much. 295 on Rally, and that's their second best farmer. Moving on to the Legion side, Grinix is at 286, and he's at 4th. So all that tower gold obviously making a pretty big difference, but the farm here on Legion is still pretty substantial. Experience lead a little bit for the Hellborn, but they are down in gold. MQ going to continue farming out this creep wave, and the aggression has stopped for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe they're waiting for level 11 on Jarl Young in there, but I don't think they should. They have level 2 ultimates on everybody except for Znally and Jarl Young, and they don't really need it on Grinix, I think, at this point. He is level 11 now, so anything that should have prevented them from pushing shouldn't be there anymore. Maybe they're waiting for another item. Keeper has 1600 gold saved up, so perhaps they want a portal key on him. 2k on Swifty, so he could go Shroud, he could go Nullstone, maybe? I don't know. Dawnbringer, very possible. As I would suspect that would actually be it. He's probably going to go for Frostburn, Dawnbringer, maybe even a Geometer's Bane or something like that. Kongor going to be attempted here, it looks like, as the Legion side are going on it. Hellborn have zero vision of this area, and obviously at 19 minutes in, you wouldn't normally think, oh, they're doing Kongor right now. As Hellborn's wards are awfully defensive, just as one in their own jungle. And this is a somewhat effective Kongor kill. It's not going down the fastest, but they're not really losing too much health. Empath in middle lane going to be spotted so that they don't think that anything suspicious is going on. But this should be a Kongor kill here. Keeper for some reason not choosing as I mean that will cause the stomp I think, but so there's the Congour kill, and Swifty will pick up the token. We'll see if he goes for something else. Keeper has enough for the portal key now, so see what he chooses to get. Drunken Master off to the side. Perhaps going to get jumped here. Bubbles has the portal key, puts the silence down, but that's it. Master's goo getting placed. And they're going to start pushing this in. And back over here in middle lane for some reason is Legion side isn't really as grouped up as it feels like they should be. Goo going down once again, going to help this push get stopped. See, the anti-push there from Hellborn is actually pretty solid. So if Legion want to kill these base towers, they're either going to have to man up and jump into the base with their heroes, or they're going to have to take a long time to slowly siege it down with these Keeper Dogs and the occasional Ballista. The token on Swiftblade, I think it's a little easier to do that first strat, and that's probably what they should be going for here. He does pick up the Firebrand, so not a huge surprise there. Keeper sitting on 2,700 gold now at this point. I'm not sure what he's going for. I mean, if he wants a refresher, it's going to take a long time, so that really should not be the option. Off to the side, Parasite and a Minotaur are going to be running away, and will in fact port out. 4 heroes here for the Legion grouped up in the jungle. Once again, taking the map away from Moon Queen. And she's in fact going to steal the Legion jungle or just push this bot tower, so. Top tower, now Glyph goes out. MQ needs to come back. This is going off. Codex is going to get onto Swiftblade on top of the Leech, but he's just like, whatever. Nature's Veil goes down, he spins. And he's going to start doing some damage here. Chasing the Shrunken needs to not be doing that so much. We get a pick on the bot tower from Moon Queen, and Legion are going to leave now, figuring the port back, and that's exactly what happens. This might be a fake fallback. I don't have a lot of creep support in here. But they should be able to just continually siege down this tower and figure if they lose the token on Swiftblade, that's fine. Empath Wall going out there, not doing too much. And we'll just clean up the Hellborn jungle. Really force Moon Queen to stay in this base by obviously sitting here all the time and being like, alright, if anybody leaves to farm, we're going to push this tower in. And that's probably what they should be doing here. As you see, the entire Hellborn team's like, we can't really leave our base, can we? MQ has picked up a Shrunken, so 22 minutes in, she has Shrunken, Whispering Helm, and Firebrand. Obviously, Shrunken very, very good for getting out of that route and for preventing some Swifty and a lot of Bubbles' damage as well. Middle lane here looks like they might be gearing up for some sort of gank. Not going to happen. There's an Invis rune on Bubbles. Obviously, Nature's Veil as well as Riftstock from Granax means lots of invisibility from this Legion side. Parasite over here in the Hell Cannon will be spotted a little bit. I'm not sure what their strat is here. Portal Key on Rally. Running away. They're going to try to catch this MQ, but she will port out. Or is that was Master? Yeah, that was Master. There's a gray and a light. I don't understand why it's gray and light blue. It's really annoying. Legion being a little passive here. A little worried about that. It's really nice that they're cleaning up their opponent's resources. That's great. Fantastic. Keeper has gone for the Arcana, so he's going straight Refresher here. And he's not that far off of it. He's about a half done. Maybe a little more, but it's probably not something that you should be waiting on, I don't think, at this point. Because that's going to take you another several minutes to farm. And you really need to start killing these towers. So here comes the creep wave in once again. Goo doing a lot to stop this. Swifty obviously slows the token. Nice Rev Ward going down there. We'll put the spin out. Goo is also there. Token still up for another 2.5 minutes. We'll take over the Ballista there. They're just doing everything they can to stop this push and let Moon Queen have some farm, obviously. Empath Illusion off to the side will spot her out, but continuing to farm the Ancients mid. This tower is now taking a bunch of damage as Swiftblade's in the middle of it. Gets pushed away. Dog's doing something there. It is now well below deny range. Probably not going to deny it, but we'll see. Pause going out. Obviously, we don't care. It's a replay. They do deny the tower. Oh, they did that with the Parasite Ballista trick. Just mean. Moon Queen up here once again, and now they're going to start working on their axe, and this is what needs to happen. Swiftblade up in the front, taking a bunch of damage. Obviously still has the token. The Abyssal Skull helping out a little bit. Looks like we're going to have a fight here. Facehug on the back end of Empath, plus the Codex as well, but she's going to be okay. Looks like Swagsta on this. Parasite going to die immediately. Root onto a bunch. Moon Queen Ultimate and Shrunken Head going off there, doing a ton of damage. And it finally takes the token here from Swiftblade, but he's going to come right back up. In the meantime, Rally dies. Managed to pick off Snally on that Empath. For some reason, not inside of anybody. But Shrunken now having to run away a little bit, and it looks like they could turn this into a bit of a push here. Moon Queen has no mana, has no ultimate, has no Shrunken, and this is going to be Rax. As 4 heroes are up for Legion, and they're like, alright, as a team fight, we sort of kind of won it. Port's coming back, and buyback central here. Bubble's going to try to get away, should be alright. Going to try to stop this Grynex here. He eats the charge shot, actually, as he runs out of Invis Room. Swiftblade off to the side now is in a lot of trouble. He's probably going to fall here. He's certainly going to fall here. Makes the compel, and that's going to be the last hit. So John Buddha gets the last hit on that Moon Queen, 475 gold per minute. So buyback on Rally proved to be very helpful. But they do lose their axe. And now one more lane. So obviously breaking in one lane makes the next lane easier and easier because you can just slow push. And they eventually have to send people to deal with this. So Legion actually looking in a pretty good spot here. And I think at this point, they're pretty heavily favored to win. With the racks coming out at 27 minutes, Moon Queen's at 482 gold per minute, so she is dangerous. She has 2,800 gold saved up. She has the Geometer's Bane. So the refresh that'll be coming out from Keeper of the Forest isn't going to be that big a deal because she will be able to get at both routes. But it is going to lock down the rest of her team. As there's a Shrunken and Drunken, but Shrunken, Drunken. But nobody else on this Hellborn side has one, or any other way to get out of the Keeper route, so that will lock down the rest of them. Keeper sitting 2,300 gold right here obviously has enough of the Sustainer, and will have enough of the Pattern relatively soon. 1,200 gold or so. And once again, I think the aggression needs to continue. Hellborn are sort of taking their jungle back here. Moon Queen farming a hard camp. Can't let them do that. Energizer getting popped. They're going to look for a jump here. Bubbles shell surfing in. They're going to catch Master and Parasite. Song of the Sea doesn't hit anything, and now Bubbles is in some trouble. Takes the face hug. The ultimate from Swifty doing a ton of damage everywhere. Doesn't kill any, but the ultimate and then the spin is there as well. Ultimate from Moon Queen going out. She's taking a lot of physical damage over here. Seismic Slam goes off. Going to try to kill this boot. Bubbles won't do it. Will get, in fact, a kill onto Moon Queen as they do pick off Grynex, but they're also going to drop sequence here on this Keeper. And Empath, Swiftblade here, going to try to turn this around. Rally jumping back in onto Bubbles, puts the Song of the Sea out. Going to try to get a kill, and he does actually get him dead there. Empath Wall going to do a lot to help, and this Rally is in so much trouble. Will drop Charge Shot and Leech as Swiftblade's still alive. Buyback on Drunken Master. Will get the kill with buyback on Grynex. So co-buybacks there, and it ends up being in favor of the Legion side as they kill Parasite. Perhaps going to look to finish off these range racks. I would honestly go for a tower more than the range racks. That's going to be harder to break than the range racks will. Swiftblade not doing enough there to save his buddy an Empath as he will fall, so they will get this range racks here. Glyph goes out, but it's not going to stop this. So top lane completely cleared out. I think probably the right play there was to go for the middle tower, just because it's harder. It's going to take longer to siege down that middle tower than it will to kill that range racks, which will eventually just die to the melee creeps because Legion or Hellborn won't be too interested in defending it. So when you have an advantage like that where Swiftblade is up and it's just DM, if Swiftblade and Grynex are up, it's just DM and Master in defense, then you probably want to go for the more high value target, which is that mid tower at this point. Because then if you get 2 lanes down, it's nearly impossible to come back from. Like, it's It's so easy to slow push it, and Hellborn would have to spend so many resources preventing their base from dying that eventually, not even that slowly, you will get the kill on that bot tower. So Law playing this right here. They've got a Moon Queen opponent who is farming well, but they're addressing her. I had a bit of an issue saying that Legion is like in super complete control of this game, just because when you have a 475 gold per minute Moon Queen on the other team, you're pretty much never in that situation. As Keeper is about 75 gold, now 30 gold or so off of the, there it is, that's going to be his refresher. Kongor is going to be a big deal now. If Hellborn can get Kongor, that's going to be huge, because that'll allow them to push out a lane and perhaps counter this Rax. If Legion can get Kongor, they should be able to get a second Rax fairly easily. As obviously that first kill, that first team fight with the token, having Swifty come back was a huge deal. And it's pretty clear they're making this a focus. Off to the side, Drunken Master looking to get caught, not going to happen. Riftstock, Grinix running around, will jump this Master, doesn't actually stun him. Dust goes off there, and Drunken's in. Kelpfield hits nothing, as the Swift Beaverly ultimate is going to get eaten by Moon Queen and the Illusions. Now Swifty in some trouble. Essence Lincoln, Parasite Wolfball, there goes route number 1. Moon Queen ultimate going down, hitting a bunch of heroes, Grinix in particular, but not killing anything. And second route going to go down. Maybe a Seismic Slam on top of that. Drunken Master needing to be out of here, so is Master of Arms. They will kill poor baby on that DM. Master now in a lot of trouble. He's going to drop. That's 3 for nothing. Moon Queen off to the side, running away, and will be okay, but this is now going to be a mid-tower push. 4 heroes are dead for Hellborn. Nobody has buyback, and this should be a mid-tower kill. DD Rune on Grinix doing a ton of work.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
So Hellborn in some trouble.
A Hellborn barracks has been destroyed.
And this is going to be, wow. This could be game. This could be Megas right here. Geometer's being popped by Swifty. And there's goes another set of racks. Parasite comes back. But if they just focus this racks, that's game. That's Megas. Moon Queen falls, and there's a CC vote. So, I didn't like their draft. They proved me wrong. As, man, they figured that's exactly what you have to do. You just have to be stupid aggressive about how you push, and 33-minute mega creeps is exactly stupid aggressive. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So, well played there to the Legion side. They had a strategy. They executed it extremely well. They come back from being down 0-1, and they managed to take both games 2 and 3, which will get them to the series win, and it will get them to the semi-finals in this Ultimate Series Solstice tournament. And that will do it for us for now.